Marhaba, welcome. This is the October 8th, 2020 recap of today's Digital Academy class. Today we started off with our morning meeting from 7:45 to 8 o'clock. Students then went to STEM Lab with Ms. Gatson. We're currently learning about weather, climate, and the water cycle. I believe they made a weather instrument today, an anemometer. In my writing time, we went over conclusions. I linked them to a page where they can access information on how to make their writing even better. So if I were to click on this conclusions hyperlink, it would take you to different ways that you can end your story with many different options for them to choose from. So far, if I were to go out into modules for language arts, and for this particular week, I've given them preparation of the organization of how an informative essay is created. I've given them access to pages about writing hooks, transitional phrases, and good conclusions, and I've even shared with them the rubric that I'll use for grading all essays this year, the FSA rubric. So the students have quite a lot of information here that are all pages. They're not assignments, they're resources for them in their writing. Tomorrow their essay is going to be due, and I'll be using the rubric to grade it. Now, it could be turned in tomorrow, but if they also need the weekend, that's fine, as long as I get it by Monday so I can start reading essays and grading it, so I can turn around and share with the kids what their strengths and weaknesses are as writers as we begin our next essay. So that is what we're currently working on in language arts. So I had time for us to go over conclusions and then for the students to work on their essay. I have also been sharing with the students my essay, and in real time in my mini lessons, I'm showing them how I'm adding introductions, adding transitional words, and adding a conclusion to make my writing better. Because the idea is that I want them to score a 3 on the rubric, which would be proficient, or a 4, which would be excellent. So I'm showing them what proficient looks like and then how to improve that writing if they're trying to aim for exemplary and excellent. There was lunchtime on our own, homeroom PE on our own, and today was art with Mr. Castronovo. Then we had math. During our math time, we were going over the homework from last night in 5th grade, which was problem solving with money. They are now getting ready for a test on everything to do with adding and subtracting decimals. So they are going to work on some practice problems tonight on pages 127 to 130 in 5th grade. We're going to go over those problems tomorrow, and then they're going to take a test. There will be no homework on Friday. My 6th grade group has just finished a test on operations with fractions, and we are now getting into operations with decimals. I've asked the students just to work on the guided practice page on page 110 for homework, and then we'll go over those problems together in class tomorrow. And then we'll do some review games to practice working with decimals and fractions, and of course there'll be no homework on Friday for 6th grade as well. During our ELA time, I had the students getting ready for the next novel that we'll be reading, which is Esperanza Rising by Pam Munoz Ryan. And so the students did an anticipation guide where I put up questions for them to either agree or disagree and give their opinion on. Then the students had to work independently on Florida Ready. They were reading about Cesar Chavez, and then they were answering FSA-style questions and writing a summary. The very end of the day at 1:30, I went over the answers to those questions, and I selected 3 students to share their summaries for house points. During our conferences, I'm testing for fluency, so I'm checking to see how many words per minute the students can read. When we do meet, I tell them what their previous September words per minute score was so that they know what they're trying to aim for is just a little bit better or at least the same from last time. Almost all the students are showing growth, which is excellent. It means the work that we're doing reading inside of small groups, the reading the plays is making a difference, and some of them are even reading out loud at home. So it's really making a difference in their fluency as readers. Tomorrow when I meet with my groups, we won't be doing fluency. We'll be talking about Roberto Clemente because we didn't get to share that on Friday, and then I'll do their fluency next week on Tuesday. Then towards the very end of the day, we went over the planner. We filled in the planner that's specifically for today. We worked on the essay, Who Do You Admire? It is due by tomorrow with a flexibility of turning it in by Monday. We worked on Florida Ready, and we're going to take a quiz on Florida Ready tomorrow. If they're working on spelling words, I suggested the activity of trying to use your spelling words in a story or writing them in sentences to help you with your spelling. There was STEM Lab today, so that was our science, and then we had no social studies. And again, the homework for 5th grade was pages 127 to 130, and for 6th grade, it was page 110. If at any time you're wondering, how do I access these activities and make sure that I'm keeping on top of what exactly is due so I can make sure that my child is completing all of these activities. If you head to Ms. Perdomo's 5th grade website, I try to update this every week. I'm better at updating it midweek than I am at the beginning of the week, just because of the sake of time. But if you come to the website and you click on assignment tracker, you'll see all the assignments that we worked on this week. In blue are the math pages for the homework, and in black are all the other assignments that we worked on. So you can see they went to STEM Lab. We worked on our essay, we worked on Florida Ready, and we were getting ready for Esperanza Rising, which we will start on Monday of next week. With that being said, if you prefer a digital copy, the students are going to get a digital copy of Esperanza Rising, but if you prefer to get your own copy, now's the time to go get one from the library or to check one out from our school library so that you can have a tangible hard copy if that's your preference as a reader. But everybody in the class is going to get a digital copy of Esperanza Rising that they can access in Google Slides for their reading assignments as we are reading this novel. Also, at the very end of the day, we did more presentations for students who are doing their extra credit planet project, which is due tomorrow. So that was a 75 points that you could possibly bank in science to be used on homework, classwork, quizzes, or tests. And the 75 points was earned by completing the PowerPoint or slides about the planets to the specific requirements that were in the activity, and then sharing that in front of the class for the full 75 points. Let me pull that up so you can see what that looks like. So again, the planet project was due October 9th. Could be made into a poster or it could be done into a slides presentation, but they needed to include the name of the planet, whether it was an inner or an outer planet, its position from the sun, the size of the planet, and the temperature range on the planet. If the planet had any moons, how many? How long it takes for the planet to orbit the sun, at least 2 fun facts about your planet, and at least 2 images of your planet. You have to research using school-appropriate and accurate websites, and you can use books that you find in the media center. And then again, I'm looking for, do you have the name of the planet? Is it inner or outer? Number of the planet from the sun, the size, the temperature range, the number of moons, the orbit time, the fun facts, and the images. And then the presentation is also points. So making sure that all group members or just the group member is taken seriously and repeats the information correctly. And then, of course, whether or not the students are listening, which doesn't really count against them because all of the students have done an excellent job of listening and paying attention to these presentations. Again, 75 points for science can be used throughout the entire year. Extra credit doesn't always come, but when it does come, it's worth taking that opportunity to bank it away because you never know when you might need it. All right, thank you so much for paying attention to our end of the day recap, and I hope you have a wonderful Thursday.